The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender.
Interrupt our regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special alert brought to you by the good people at Accuracy in Media.
Let's play a new favorite game of mine called Count the Unemployed People of which Obama is crushing their dreams. Copyright Milton Bradley. So it's no secret that our made-to-order scandal is finally here. But if you've been living under a rock for the last week, here is a quick rundown. In 2009, Barack Obama passed almost a $1 trillion stimulus.
Yeas are 244, the nays are 188.
Not a single Republican went along.
Even though it was supposed to help the American people, a shocking amount of these stimulus dollars went to pals of his, like Auto Workers Union, who give 0% donations to Republicans.
You just have to look for the union label.
Number 1 and number 2 Obama donors, Goldman Sachs and General Electric. Some of the money also went to Zeus, president of Greece, bailed out through the IMF, and who I'm fairly certain Barack Obama is modeling his economy after. The rest of the stimulus dollars went to Michelle Obama's Foie Gras Duck L'Orange Vacation Fund and to Joseph Biden's Spray Tan Slush Fund. But the juiciest, sweetest hookups came for Barack Obama's green energy pals, because I'm fairly certain our president thinks that he's Captain Planet.
It's up to us to stamp out hatred. The power is
Union label.
So a firm called Solyndra in California got $500 million in order to make magical bamboo rainbow rods.
Solyndra is indeed something very special.
Oh yeah?
Maybe I show you
really nice. Okay.
the product here. We are making
look, your
the
little
solar
tie.
cells different. So everyone is making
wow,
flat
they're
panels.
circular.
We are making it cylindrical.
That's an accent that only Captain Planet could love. But seriously, he's not the only superhero to sign off on the Solyndra loan.
Solar power. Because in these tough times, what we need more than anything is jobs, jobs.
Because Solyndra was one of the administration's pet projects, they forced along this bill, faster than Michael Moore at a Golden Corral buffet. Nom, nom, nom. But don't blame poor White House interns. They predicted that the company would fail in September of 2011. But who needs the advice of interns? It's much easier for Obama to be the Lil Wayne of the solar industry. That was my entire paycheck. So after making it rain with $500 million of our money, the administration decided this would be a perfect time to do a photo op and show us what they've spent it on. And to start speaking in platitudes about green energy and the new era they were welcoming in, and how the polar ice caps are now going to stop melting and polar bears are going to dance with Eskimos and make sure that all the penguins are sliding around and dancing like Happy Feet. Kind of like Morpheus in the second Matrix, you know, the bad one.
The true engine of economic growth will always be companies like Solyndra.
Or like Aragorn, King of Men at the gates of Mordor.
Jobs you can raise a family on, green jobs, which is why it's so important we invest in Solyndra.
So after $500 million in public finance, 5 special envoys from the White House to your factory, including a presidential visit, 20 lobbyist days at the White House, George Kaiser, one of Obama's top bundlers, being a primary investor for Solyndra. I know, it gets very, very juicy. And the endorsement from the kindergarten cop.
Not a tumor!
Dominique, get down from there! You have to play with the laser. Your company still goes bankrupt.
It will not be back.
Last week. Just like the Nostradamus intern said it would. Oh, is it September? Time to go bankrupt. Spoiler alert, Representative Thaddeus McCotter of Michigan is a genius.
Green-collar jobs translates into unemployment. Democrats will replace your blue-collar jobs with green-collar jobs. Translates into Democrats will replace your blue-collar jobs with unemployment.
Brilliant. The administration reacts as they always react in time of a crisis, by obstructing justice and the congressional investigation, and making sure that the House Oversight Committee has to subpoena to get the information. Cliff Stearns of Florida, who at this very moment is spearheading the Energy Committee's investigation of Solyndra.
So after a great deal of frustration, we had to issue a subpoena, which we did after almost 6 months.
To further piss all of you off, I went to the Competitive Enterprise Institute and spoke with Myron Ebell, an expert on green energy. This is welfare for environmentalist progressives.
What's going on here is that the Department of Energy has created a class of clients
who can't make it in the free market because they don't have a product that people want to buy.
Apparently, people don't want to buy it, truly. Solyndra is one of 5 companies that have gone bankrupt that received stimulus money for green energy. The others include Evergreen Solar, who was supposed to install solar cells in recycling facilities, SpectraWatt, so they could develop new solar Plaza cells, Incorporated, so they could make 18-wheelers run on electric energy, Mills, so that they could greenify their entire production line. All bankrupt.
Have now given the planet a fever.
So the heat's finally on for the White House. They're going to have to answer these questions, but they're probably going to react by blaming George W. Bush.
Because of the tax cuts that they instituted.
Well, all's well that ends well. Turns out that the Department of Energy announced another $1.2 billion in stimulus money for solar energy just this week. So in essence, that means that the administration has a... This is embarrassing. Okay, so the reason it looks kind of Blair Witch right now is because our studio is got a stimulus loan for making our studio green, and we went full solar power. Now it's overcast today in DC, so that's this makes sense. This happens every other Thursday, Wednesday, and Monday. Do we still have that phone number? Are there phone? Can we call Solyndra?
Interrupt our regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special alert brought to you by the good people at Accuracy in Media.
Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I'd pop my cork for every man I see. Hey, big spender, spend a little time